3 centuries.
Yeah.
Our training's supposed to make us able to adapt.
So why didn't you adapt,
I'll make sure
bitch?
it doesn't happen again.
Good.
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
With Rex in the
I'm
room.
sorry, Commander. I need to get my duties squared away.
What the heck?
I wouldn't mind talking more later, though.
Of course.
Okay.
What's the deal?
Chief.
Why don't they want to
I
talk
don't know.
to me?
I guess you have to like go
somewhere
before they'll want to talk like that, the personal stuff. But Rex let you. That's interesting.
There's so help. Ooh, Tally's locker.
Let's go raid Tali's stuff.
Give me your stuff, bitch. Ooh.
Just steal her.
Talk to the requisition offer to purchase new equipment.
Yeah.
Hey, Commander. Looking for some extra supplies before you head out?
Sure, what you got?
What have you got?
Whatever you want.
There's an awful lot
Armor,
of Canadians
weapons,
in
mods.
space.
It's not standard Alliance issue, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Well, as long as you don't mind paying for it.
Why should I pay you for my weapons and armor?
My stuff doesn't come from the Alliance. I have to purchase it myself, and it's not cheap. Hell, the licenses alone have set me back more than I'd like.
We bought you those
No
licenses.
No goods. Without the goods, I'm out of a job.
Let's see what you got.
You bet, Commander.
Yeah, I don't have the money for any of this shit. Yes, all this stuff looks very, very pretty.
Yep.
Can I afford it? No.
He's got a rotating selection, so kind of based on what area, how far you are along in the game, you get different stuff from him and what planets you're around.
Mars amps, Metagel upgrades. It's okay.
Yeah.
Thanks anyway, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, hey Garrus, you're hiding in the corner.
Garrus, aw. Garrus, come out of the corner. No one should put Garrus in the
Thanks for
corner.
bringing me on board, Commander. I knew working with the Spectre would be better than life at CSEC.
Have you worked with the Spectre before?
Well, no, but I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. At CSEC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
Being a Spectre does have its advantages.
Exactly, my
We
point.
rock.
If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it. But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things.
There's more to it than that. It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. CSEC's handling of Saren was typical. I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate leaving.
It's not the end of the world. You'll have tougher decisions soon enough.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
You're really cheering him up,
I
man.
plan to make the most of this.
He seems happy.
And without
Yeah.
CSEC
I know,
headquarters
with
looking
that
over my
sonorous
shoulder,
monotone
maybe
he's
I can
talking
get the
in and
job done
whatnot.
my way for a change.
As
Real
long as you do
happy.
your job well, you're free to go about your business as you see fit.
Thank you, Commander. Commander, good to see you.
I'm trying to inspect this vehicle beside you. Thank you.
Commander, how are you?
Dang it! Thank you. Stupid thing. I mean, like, as soon as I'd hit change, it'd just be like,
Yeah.
So who have I got left? Where's Tali?
Tali in engineering.
Where the fuck's engineering?
Near the back.
Oh, okay.
Well, in the back. And the engineer Adams. You also get to talk to him.
Yield integrity monitor. Element 0 core.
Oh look, it's the warp core. I mean, Mass Effect core. They're totally the same. They're completely the same.
Hello, Engineer Adams.
Hey, Commander, you know that Quarian Tali? She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
Tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do. She's got a real knack for technology, that one. I can see why you wanted her to come along.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
Because
You got an eye for
children
Tali,
are our
Commander.
future,
But I'm guessing
and
that's not why you
children
came down
love
here.
technology. So technology is the future.
Where else have you
and I
served,
don't
Adams?
drink.
You name a class of Alliance ship, I've probably served on it. Everything everything from dreadnoughts and carriers right down to frigates like the Normandy. My last assignment was on the Tokyo, only a cruiser, but she was a good ship. Couldn't hold a candle to the Normandy, though.
Fill me in on the IES stealth system. How does it work exactly?
What's IES?
You can't hide a ship out in space. They emit too much heat and radiation. Too easy for sensors to pick them up, unless you find a way to capture those emissions. So our stealth systems trap the energy we give off in storage sinks built into the ship itself.
I'm amused
No
that this is
to our
harkening.
location. Eventually, the sinks
exactly.
have to be vented. More than a few hours silent running, and they overheat. Cook us inside our own hull.
That's
There's
awesome.
no way for anyone to detect us?
A visual scan can still pick us up. Anyone looking out a window can see us plain as day. But you have to be pretty close to get an actual visual out in space. Most vessels rely on scanners. As long as the stealth systems are engaged, they can't see us. Not unless we accelerate to FTL speeds.
Why doesn't it work with faster-than-light travel?
Cranking up the FTL blue shifts our emissions, pushes them into frequencies too high to capture in the sinks. As soon as we make the jump, it's like setting off a flare. The sensors can pick up our location whenever we enter or exit FTL flight, but for short-range missions, our stealth systems are amazing, and we've got the only one.
I want to know more about the Normandy.
She's the best ship I've ever served on, probably the fastest vessel ever designed. She's the only one using the new Tantalus drive core.
What's so special about the Tantalus drive core?
Sounds like a salesman.
Yeah, I know. It's like by road. Tell me more about the Tantalus Bico.
We can run at FTL speeds longer before we have to
I say
discharge.
bichrome.
For you, little lady, the price is only 44,000 credits.
I said bichrome.
Carry
I've
on,
been
Adams.
reading too much Black Prison lately. Yes.
Your
I'll
ship's
take it. You already
amazing,
have.
Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before.
It's
I can't
continuing
believe
the
you were
ad.
able to fit it into a ship this small.
Please, can I buy
I'm
it?
starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
The Normandy's a prototype, cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space.
Can I sex you
I
now?
have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a
You
vessel
can't
like
sex
this
Kylie,
is a dream
remember.
come true for me.
Voice actress didn't think it was right for female
It comes
to
with
have
being a
sex with
quarry.
another female, but a
Migrant
Quarian to
fleet
have
is
sex
the
with a
key to the
human is
survival of
totally
my people.
like, sure, that would make
Ships
sense.
are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the Geth.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work. Mostly. We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla. Grow our own food, mine, and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
I want to know more about the pilgrimage.
When my people reach maturity, we leave our birth ships and seek acceptance with a new crew. It's necessary to maintain genetic diversity among the fleet. But no ship wants to accept someone who will be a burden on them. So, to prove our worth, we embark on a pilgrimage. We set out alone, leaving the flotilla and our families behind us. We only return once we have found something of value we can bring back to the fleet. This is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship we wish to join. If the gift is accepted, we are welcomed into the crew.
Can a captain choose to reject the gift?
That doesn't happen often. Most captains are eager to increase the size of their crew. It increases their own standing in our society. Even when a gift is not particularly valuable, the captain usually accepts it out of a sense of tradition. However, there is a stigma to presenting a substandard gift. It's not the best way to make a good impression on a new community. Most pilgrims don't return until they find something worthwhile.
I can't believe they just send you off alone.
It's not like they just cast us out. Before we leave, we are given lessons in how to survive outside the flotilla, and given gifts to help us on our journey. We also receive implants to fight off sickness and disease. Generations of living in an isolated and highly controlled environment have left our immune systems weaker than most. By the time we leave the fleet, we are well equipped for the pilgrimage. This is a rite of passage for all Quarians. If it were dangerous, our numbers would suffer. Virtually every pilgrimage ends with a triumphant return and the ritual presentation of the gift to one of the fleet's captains.
I want to talk about something else.
You're boring me, Tally.
I want to know more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3 centuries since they drove my people into
The
exile.
background's pretty neat. It's all the sparkling
All I know is the story of their
twirliness.
origins.
Yay. I like
What they
sparkling
were when we
twirliness.
created them, and how they turned on us.
Interesting.
The Geth were originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any PI. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
Keeps her from getting
How come the
infected.
council didn't step in and stop you?
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bounds of the law, but we never did anything that was actually illegal.
Unlike humans.
The changes were so insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them. Or so we thought. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. 1 million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
So the Geth share brain power?
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth. Basically, the more of them you have in a group, the smarter they are.
So there's some sort of group consciousness.
No, nothing like that. They cannot share sensory data or information. Their programming cannot handle that much simultaneous input.
Not true. According to
Each
Mass
Geth
Effect 2, they
maintains an
can. I don't know if that's a
individual
retcon or if
awareness
that's
and
just Tali
The
don't know
neural
anything Geth
network
can do
only
because they've been
operates on a
done for
process-based level.
100 years.
It's basically the synthetic equivalent
It's
of a
probably the
subconscious.
former explained by the latter. And I'm
But
okay with
when
that.
they're in close proximity, they can coordinate low-level functional processes, freeing up more capacity for original or independent thought.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm probably oversimplifying. The Geth are incredibly advanced and complex creations. All you need to know is that they get smarter when they gather in large numbers. As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose? As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
I don't see what's so bad about those questions.
The Geth were created to engage in mundane, repetitive, or dangerous manual labor. That's fine for machines, but it won't satisfy a sentient being for long.
Sure.
The Geth were showing signs of rudimentary self-awareness and independent thought. If the Geth were intelligent, then we were essentially using them as slaves.
Yeah.
It was
You mean
inevitable
essentially?
the newly sentient Geth
You
would rebel
are
against their
using them as slaves,
situation.
period. Yeah.
We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this order violently.
Fair enough.
You didn't really think they'd just let you destroy them without a fight, did you?
The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld. We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the veil. Now we drift through space, exiled, searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
It's hard to feel sorry for you. Your ancestors tried to wipe out another species.
We made a mistake when we created the Geth in the first place. But we did not make a mistake when we went to war against them.
I thought she was gonna be like, hey, we made the Geth, we can blow them up if we want to. Which would be an interesting take on that whole thing.
For organics. None. Why do you think they cut themselves off from the rest of the galaxy? Why do you think they've killed every organic being who's ever tried to contact them?
They didn't kill Saren.
Because you started.
What does that tell you? The Geth are not innocent victims in all this. They're the enemy. They want to destroy us. Not just the Quarians. All organic life. That's why they've joined up with Saren. And that's why we have to stop him.
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way
it's pretty
contribute
great.
to the continuation of the